I just don't care. No matter what people say about me, I know my integrity, and I know that my word is my word, and I just don't care. Do not be afraid what the New York Times has to say about you or what some of these media outlets have to say about you. Go out and fight. That's exactly why I determined it was best for me to stay here in Memphis to continue what I was doing. I received the offer. I'd been approached about applying, and I went kind of through the process because I was approached. And it was a great honor to have that opportunity. And in many ways, it's a dream job for a young attorney. And it would be, working in the civil rights division and kind of reorienting. There's so much that is dividing us, whether it's race or religion or political party, political preference. And what I was excited to see is that the DOJ's rights division is really reorienting to, let's focus on the things that bring us together, and we're not allowed to make hiring decisions based on race, even if it's couched under, diversity is positive. You're not allowed to look at those things that separate us when making those decisions, whether it's gender, race, religious beliefs. It was an honor to be given an offer. I ultimately turned it down for several reasons, and one of those was the chairman of the Republican Party, George Morgan, had to take a step back. Wife was diagnosed with a cancer tumor, and it was going to be they're still going through it, a very tough recovery, treatment. They're still going through that treatment period right now, and she was and continues to be very sick. And so when he took a step back in September, that was around the same time that I received the offer. And Ward called me one week and he said, "Hey, I have to go to the hospital. I don't know what's going on. Can you take my media for the week?" Obviously, I did communications for the party. I did communications for Revive 25, like you said, and was having great success with it. And so I pitched her. And 2 days later, President Trump announced that he was sending the Memphis Safe Task Force with the over dozen agencies, the alphabet soup agencies, coming to Memphis to catch fugitives, to clean up crime, and to restore order in a great American city that had been in chaos for too long. As Christians, our eternity is taken care of. When I was running communications for the party, we had action alerts, issues like the Memphis Shelby County schools and realigning those elections and holding some of these school board members accountable. And we were successful in getting the votes needed during the county commission, working with Democrats and Republican commissioners, and not only working with the commissioners and going to commission meetings and speaking out, being on the side of the activists. And I think for a long time, the Republican Party has not been on the same side as some of these activists, and we were able to show the community, no, we care about you. We care that your kids are not being educated. We care that 75% of kids at MSCS are not reading proficient. If you say something like, just because you are poor does not mean you are more likely to commit a crime, or does not give you more credence in committing a crime. The left will shout racist just to shut you down. They're not willing to have a discussion on the issue. They're just going to shout something like racist. And I think Republicans can be afraid of that. I'm not. I know my heart. I know that I do not judge people by what they look like. I judge people on the content of their character. That you are jeopardizing children's education and you're justifying it, saying we're an urban district. That is so offensive. No matter where your child lives, no matter what zip code your child is in, we have a responsibility to educate. And if you are failing on that responsibility, you must be held accountable. When you look at the issues that are encompassed under MAGA, or the issues that Trump is advocating for, the majority of people agree with them. When you just talk about, hey, don't we deserve to have safe streets? Isn't it better to have criminals removed from society if they've proven themselves to be unfit to live in society without creating victims? People will agree with you. If you say, don't you want to be able to choose where your child goes to school to cater to his or her specific need? Don't you want to be able to do that? They'll say, yes. Don't you think that your child deserves to have a good, strong education when there's a $1.9 billion budget for the school district? The answer is yes. So when you focus on the issues and then you say, well, I believe that too, and I want you to vote for me. I believe that too, and I know you've never pulled the lever before with somebody with an R behind their name, but I'm asking you to trust me. You've been voting a certain way your whole life and it's not working. Haven't helped you. Those principles, those policies have not helped you. Be unafraid to carry the message wherever we go, like I have tried to do for the past year, and like I will continue to do in the coming year.